Okay, in this video we're going to kind of play with the Rinkware time clock and show you how it works and some of the back-end features that you can use to manage your employees' time. Basically, the time clock runs in a separate window from Rinkware that allows you to log out of Rinkware and let the time clock run independently. Now, any employee can launch the time clock from an authorized terminal, but they cannot launch them from home or from their smartphone or whatever, so you don't have to worry about them clocking in from somewhere else besides your skating rink. So we'll go ahead and launch the time clock portal here. It redirects you to the secure window, and it displays basically a PID pad, and the employees will enter their 4 or 5 digit PID number depending on how many employees are on at your rink. Now we're going to go ahead and clock a few employees in real quick just to show you just how easy it is. All they do is just enter their PID number. If they're clocked out, it prompts them to clock in. If they're clocked in, once they enter their PID, then they're prompted to clock out. So we're going to go ahead and just clock in a few employees here just to show you how quick and easy it is to clock in. Once again, just enter their 4 digit PID. That was an invalid PID there just to show you what happens if they enter the wrong PID. And there's another employee to clock in. Once they clock in, they show up to the right hand side of the screen there, and the managers can see who's clocked in and how long they've been clocked in, and kind of keep track of who's working and who's not working. The cool thing about this is any administrator or supervisors that is given remote access from Rinkware or within Rinkware can log in remotely. So basically, if you're the rink operator or manager and you're away from the rink, you can log in from Starbucks, from home, or wherever, as long as your computer is authorized to do so, and see who's working and how long they've been on the clock. So you don't always have to stay at the rink. So basically, we have 3 employees clocked in here, and once again, as the time goes by, it shows how long they've been on the clock. We're going to let everybody stay here for just a few seconds to allow the time clock to run and show you some of the back end features and what you can do. Within the employee management side of Rinkware, you can go in there and run a report to see basically a payroll report to see who is or how long everybody's been or how many hours they've worked that week. So we're just going to run a little de facto report here for all employees, and it's going to show who's been clocked in this week. We've been doing some testing this week, so some employees have worked some extra long hours. We got some people clocked in inadvertently during testing for 42 hours, but basically it gives you a total of how many hours they've worked and what their pay rate is and the amounts due. So that's your sample little payroll report. And for example, this employee right here that we forgot to clock out, we can go in there and click edit and adjust the time accordingly. Therefore, they basically don't get paid more than what they're supposed to get paid. So basically, she worked from 12:18 a.m. till, we'll just say, 2 o'clock in the morning, and readjust her hours there, and basically it fixes everything. So now she's been on for 13 hours as opposed to 42 hours. So it allows you to make corrections or basically disallow a pay period if they weren't supposed to be working. It's up to you. You can do completely whatever you want to do. You can delete that employee's time. It prompts you to make sure that you want to do that, and therefore the employee goes away. So you don't have to worry about them absolutely clocking in on time. If somebody forgets to clock in or forgets to clock out, you can go back and make changes later as needed. So let's go back to the clock in and clock out screen, the employee time clock over here. And some time has elapsed, 0.4 hours and 0.3 hours for these employees, respectively. So let's go ahead and clock these employees out real quick to show you how it works. It works just the same way as it did when you clock in. Prompts them to clock out. And oops, let me clear that real quick. 2019. I think I clicked. Try it again. Clock out. And there you go. Everybody's clocked out. So that's how it works. Rinkware's time clock's real quick, real easy to use, really efficient, and should save you time and money.